Cattlemen Steakhouse first opened in 1910 in Stockyard City. Behind the famed doors rest stories of a bootlegging operation and a legendary dice game.
Christmas Eve, 1945, Gene and Percy Wade were in a dice game with the owner at that time was Hank Fry. And they were down in there used to be a hotel downtown Oklahoma City called the Biltmore. And they were in the Biltmore. The dice game was a pretty high stakes game. I think there was something like $37,000 in the pot when Hank Fry ran out of money. And he put up the restaurant, he called it the Joint at the time, put that up as his part of the pot if they would change from a 6 to a hard 6, the number, and Gene Wade threw the hard 6. And so he ended up winning the restaurant at that time.
Dick Stubbs bought the steakhouse from Gene Wade in 1990.
Gene Wade was here probably the first 2 years after I got here, always in the rocking chair, head toast every morning.
Regina Tidwell has worked at Cattlemen's for 22 years.
Dick didn't come in and change everything. He left a lot of things the same, but of course you always have to move forward. So he definitely moved forward in a great way. Hasn't changed anything. We hear it's just like the commercial. It's just like it always was.
It was an opportunity. We felt like that after the collapse of the economy in the 80s, that there was a kind of a void in steakhouses in the city because a lot of them went broke during the 80s. And so in 1990, when we bought this, we knew it had a good steak reputation, and so we took that and just kind of ran with it. I think the big thing that has brought people the last 2 decades has been the quality of the food.
The restaurant grills about 1,400 steaks a day, and everyone has their favorite cut.
I'd probably have to say the filet. It's very tender and a lot of flavor to it. You really can't go wrong. It's still tender when it's well done, so nobody can go wrong with that steak, I think.
Probably the most popular item would be the ribeye.
Cattlemen's reputation has grown by leaps and bounds under Stubbs' watch.
This is Man vs. Food.
Popular shows like Man vs. Food and Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives have featured the eatery in recent years.
Look at that. This ain't your first date. Second.
The historic Metro restaurant has also been featured in culinary magazines, and it has won numerous awards.
It was exciting. Every restaurateur wants to have a successful restaurant, and our restaurant has become so successful that now it's reached the point where the out-of-town guests are asking the locals to bring them here.
We've had just recommendations on any type of website, TripAdvisor, where to eat. All the hotels around here say, where do I get a good steak? It's Cattlemen Steakhouse. So word of mouth is the most powerful form of advertisement that you can have, and that's what we have.
Everyone from prominent politicians to Hollywood stars and famous musicians have sat in the booths and at the tables.
It's just neat to see so many celebrities that come in here and famous people. I've actually got to wait on Lyle Lovett one year. I guess it was his fiance had a horse in one of the horse shows, and he was here. Very nice gentleman.
But for many diners, a meal at the steakhouse is a family tradition.
Maybe this is their first date and they sit at booth number 3. And so I wait on them year after year after year. They're celebrating their anniversary. We have a gentleman that his family plans his party because he's like 91 and he has his birthday here every year. So now it's turned into like a big shindig, right? So it's not just like a little family get together.
Almost everybody says the first time they ate here was when their grandfather brought them. And that's a very common thing. And we hope those grandfathers today keep bringing the little ones because that's what's made this restaurant last for 102 years.